Hello, my name is Drew Burrell with the High Venture Company. We're here at the Beretta Shooting Grounds looking forward to another great quail hunting season. Prior to going out, we're going to go over some safety guidelines to make sure everyone has a safe and enjoyable time. After reviewing this video, if you have any questions, please let one of our trained guides know and they'll make sure to answer any questions you may have. Let's get out there and have a great day.
Prior to the hunt, ensure you and your fellow hunters are wearing appropriate blaze orange or other highly visible clothing. This helps prevent accidents by making sure you can be easily identified by others in the hunting party. Additionally, eye protection is mandatory and hearing protection is highly encouraged at the Beretta Shooting Grounds. Your firearm is not only a tool, but also a potential source of danger if not handled with the utmost care. While handling a firearm, always keep the muzzle pointed in a safe direction and never point it at anything you do not intend to shoot. Prior to the hunt, ensure your barrel is clear of any obstructions, you have the correct ammunition for the firearm that you will be utilizing, and familiarize yourself with the mechanical and handling characteristics of your firearm. During the hunt, if your gun fails to fire when the trigger is pulled, turn your firearm in a safe direction, wait 10 seconds in case of a potential delayed fire, break open the gun, and ask a guide for assistance. Do not rely on your gun safety and keep your finger off of the trigger until you are ready to shoot.
Guys, you'll notice I have two shotguns on the table here. I've got a 20 gauge and 28 gauge. And if you borrow one of our shotguns at the Beretta Shooting Grounds, we've got these color coded for you. All our 20 gauges are going to have a yellow sticker, and that corresponds with the ammunition. All 20 gauge ammo will be yellow. For the 28 gauge, it's going to be red. You notice I have the red sticker here, red ammunition. Now, if you happen to make a mistake, stick a 28 gauge shell in a 20 gauge shotgun, let your guide know immediately. We'll get that shell out of there and clear that gun for you.
It is imperative that you pay attention to the ammunition you are putting into your firearm. If incorrect ammunition becomes lodged in the barrel of a firearm, notify a guide immediately. If you fire through that same barrel with another shell, the barrel will more than likely explode, causing extreme injury or even death to you or the other members of your party.
Guys, when we're out walking in the field, we want to make sure that we're walking with our firearm open, broke open like this, so everyone can see you have no shells in there. You can carry it in the crutch of your arm, muzzle pointed in the down position. You can carry it over your shoulder. Again, just make sure that muzzle is pointed in the down position. When the dogs go on point, the guide will let you know that it's safe to lock your gun up. Turn away from guides, dogs, other hunters, close that gun up, get that gun vertical, and make sure we got two hands on the gun. All right, one thing we do have at the Beretta Shooting Grounds is some holes from our prescribed burning and land management. We got some stump holes that have burned out. So make sure that you're paying attention to the ground. Make sure you don't step in one of those holes for us. Let's get out there and have a great day.
At the Beretta Shooting Grounds, there will never be more than 2 shooters at a time. So with the other hunter and your guide, establish a safe zone of fire in front of each hunter and constantly communicate with your fellow hunter about your individual shooting lanes. Never turn towards other members of your party or cross these established zones of fire, and always be aware of the positions of your fellow hunters, guide, and dogs. In conjunction with the safe zones of fire established between the hunters, please be extremely cautious about the height of the birds you intend to shoot. A good rule of thumb is to not shoot birds below your head or unless you can see blue skies behind the bird. This is to ensure the safety of your fellow hunters and our dogs. We cannot stress this point enough. Do not shoot at low birds. We will have plenty of opportunities to harvest quail, so if you are unsure about a shot, do not take it. It is imperative that you always know where the dogs are. Once a dog goes on point, our guide will send in a flushing dog to flush the covey. Every once in a while, the dogs will run after and jump to try to catch the quail. This is exactly why we want to emphasize not shooting at low birds. Our dogs are our family, and we want to protect them. Before taking any shot, be certain of your target and what lies in front of and beyond it. Bullets and pellets can travel great distances and have the potential to harm unintended targets. You are responsible for what happens when you pull the trigger. Always think before you shoot. Effective communication is critical during a quail hunt. Always use clear and simple signals to indicate your presence, your movements, and your intentions to others. Due to brush or hills, you may not be able to see the other hunter, guide, or dogs, so please keep lines of communication open at all times within your party. Additionally, for everyone's safety, you must listen to your guide. If hunters are not being safe, our guides will end the hunt. Alcohol and hunting do not mix. Alcohol impairs judgment, coordination, and decision-making, all of which are essential skills for safe hunting. Never consume alcohol before or during a hunt, and ensure your fellow hunters are doing the same. Alcohol consumption prior to or during a hunt will not be tolerated at the Beretta shooting grounds. Your hunt is over once you consume alcohol. Lastly, ensure you're familiar with the 10 Commandments of firearms safety, many of which we have referenced during this presentation. The 10 Commandments of firearms safety are: keep the muzzle pointed in a safe direction at all times, treat every firearm as if it's loaded, be sure of the target, what's in front of it and what's behind it, keep your finger outside the trigger guard until you're ready to shoot, make sure the barrel and action are clear of obstructions, unload firearms when not in use, only point a firearm at something you intend to shoot, unload a firearm before crossing a fence or other obstacle, store firearms and ammunition separately and safely, and avoid alcoholic beverages before and during hunting or shooting.
Let us remember that the true measure of a successful hunt is the safe return of all the participants to their loved ones. By following these safety principles, we can ensure that your hunting experiences are memorable for all the right reasons. Thank you for joining us at the Beretta Shooting Grounds, and hunt safely.